welcome to Southern Girl Knits, episode 20. I feel like that's a big episode. I don't know. When I typed in 20, I was like, ooh, milestone. I don't know if it is a milestone, but in my head, it's a milestone. So I'll make it a milestone. Episode 20. Whoop, whoop, big deal. Welcome all of my returning viewers. And for those of you who are checking me out for the first time, hi. I hope you come back. My name's Tish. On Ravelry, I am TishKnits33, and on Instagram, I am TishKnits. And you'll find me both places fairly regularly, more so probably on Instagram. Because, yeah, I like Instagram. So, I have so much to share with you guys. Again. I figured after Dallas, I just wouldn't have anything to tell you guys, but yeah. What is it about going to a fiber fest that totally puts you in the mood to like knit all the things? Yeah. And I think that's what it did. It totally put me in the mood to just pick up my needles and go. I'm pretty sure that I have a callus on my finger from all the knitting I've been doing this week. It's crazy. So, yeah, needless to say, I have a lot to show you. So, I will start off with what I finished, and it is the boy socks. Remember these guys? Yeah, the ones with the weird stripe. These were knit out of the Knit Picks Felici in the rustic, I don't know why I'm showing it to you. You can't buy it anymore. It's in the rustic cabin colorway. And it did the weird stripey thing where this stripe here is double the size of the other ones. And then the other ones aren't consistent either. See, the yellow is bigger than the orange and the red. And it's just weird. It doesn't matter because, you know, they're for a boy. And I don't think that I don't think a non-knitter would notice. So, yeah. I did 72 stitches on size 1, 2.25 millimeter needles. I used my Addy Sock Rockets for these. And I just did the little, it's not a pattern. It's every time the color changed, I did the slip stitch. Knit one, slip one, knit one, slip one, that. Just for fun, just to kind of, you know, keep it interesting, right? And then I did an afterthought heel. So, yeah, these are done. I'm excited. They were living in my cool project bag that my awesome friend made for me. Isn't that cute? I love this bag. It's just so cute. So they were living in there, and I guess I'll just have to find something else to put on the needles, right? Take something off, put something on. So, the other thing I wanted to show you was what stole most of my attention for the entire week, pretty much. Okay, I couldn't stop knitting these. It's the barn raising quilt squares. Literally couldn't stop, okay? So, and it kind of goes along with what I'm watching on television. I started Supernatural, and not thinking that, I guess I thought when I started it, okay, I'll watch an episode or two and it'll be all right, it'll be good, and it'll be a change, and yeah, now I can't turn it off. And I wasn't expecting that. I can honestly say I wasn't expecting that. I thought that I would turn it on, watch it, and be able to just kind of let it go and watch something else. Yeah, kind of obsessed with it now. So I'm kind of glad. I think they might be done. I'm not sure if they're done or not. There's 9 seasons on Netflix. So if they're not done, then this show is going strong, because that would mean that they are. Usually Netflix stays like a season behind, which means that they're probably completing season 10 if they're still on the air. Are they still on the air? Somebody let me know that, because I'm sure I could just Google it, but I'm lazy. I have not had enough coffee today. Yeah, it's one of those mornings. So, barn raising quilts. I'm trying to remember which ones you have seen. I know you've seen the one I did out of Mustache. This is what I knit hubby's socks out of for Christmas this past year. And this was the Dancing Leprechaun socks. Frolicking Feet. Frolicking Feet is the name of the yarn. Dancing Leprechaun is the colorway. And I think you've seen that one. And then this was the Hiawassee Creek Breakfast at Tiffany's. Did you see this one? I don't think you saw this one. I think this one's new to you. So, isn't that pretty? Love this. And this one's sparkly. Not really picking up the sparkles there. You'll just have to trust me that it's sparkly. And then I finished, this is the October House that I got this past September at the Arkansas Fiber Fest, and knit the socks in, the Skype socks. Remember those? And this is, oh, I cannot remember what this is. That's kind of the bad thing about using scraps. This is old yarn, and for the life of me, I can't remember what this is. It's gorgeous. It has a great hand to it. It's not an indie dyer. It seems like I can remember buying this at a yarn store. I cannot remember. That makes me sad. Now that I'm doing the barn raising quilt, I'm trying to get better about keeping the little tags for my scraps so that I don't have this problem, because I want to remember. I want to remember, like, I don't even remember what I knit out of this because it was a gift from like years ago. So I have no clue. So I'm getting better about keeping tags just for that purpose, because I'd like to remember what these squares are, like what the, not just who the yarn is by, but what I use them for. Like, I know that I knit the Skype socks out of these, and I know that I had fingerless mitts that I knit out of these, and I can remember these, and like these were hubby socks. I want to remember those things. So, and I know that Knitting Samurai is knitting blankets for her boys out of these, and I watched the last episode, was the last episode or episode before last, where she had them all laid out and was trying to come up with, the proper pattern and all that, which she's doing it for her boys, so she wants it to be, nice and matchy. And like the point of this one was to, you remember the granny square blankets from like back when we were kids, like the 70s and 80s, the mismatched acrylic like Red Heart blankets that everybody had on the back of their couch. They were like so cheesy and they never matched. That's kind of what I'm going for with mine. I'm going for that crazy, nothing matches blanket that I can just like curl up with. It's my blanket. It's not like I'm going to put it on the back of the couch and be like, oh, look, how pretty. It's going to be the curl up on a cozy rainy day blanket, which is today. It is so rainy, nasty outside. It has been for 2 days. But April showers, right? And so I keep these going. The blanket squares, I keep them going. I start them off on Magic Loop. And these are my Nova, Knitter's Pride Nova, size 2. What is 2.7? 2.25. 2.25 millimeters for size 2. Is that right? Well, it's got to be right. It's written on, it's written on the thing. So this is more Hiawassee Creek. But like I said, I start off with the Magic Loop to start them with, and when they get big enough, I put them on my size 2 circular needles. And you'll remember this one is what I did the boys' socks out of for, was it Christmas? I can't remember. I think they were just because socks. So these are the boys' socks. So, see? I like that. And then these are another pair of fingerless mitts, and they're sparkly too. Not sure if you can pick up the sparkle. No, not picking up the sparkle on that one. But so these are what I have on my needles now. And then I put, yes, I'm going to put this one on the needles next. These are my Christmas socks from last year. So these will go, they'll be a square maybe by the next time you see me. They're kind of, I mean, seriously, like they're addictive. I can't stop knitting them. And it's kind of bad because I'm not knitting much of anything else. They're potato chip knitting. Like once you start, you cannot stop. Seriously. So, but I did get the socks finished, so that's a good thing, right? I mean, I am finishing things, and it's gotten so stinking hot, I haven't been pulling out my sweater. Yeah. Confession 101, the sweater is hibernating. Not that I'm not going to finish it, because it's an easy knit. It's not that I'm not enjoying knitting it. It's just other things have taken over my obsession, and yeah, it's just how I roll. It's kind of sucks, but yeah, it's how I roll. And so it will get done. Not with you guys, probably, because y'all's calendars, I'm not set to the same standards. So, yeah, the cal ends April, at the end of April, and I'm kind of hoping just to have the body done by the end of April. Tell you the truth. But, yeah, it will get done. Mark my words. So, let's see. This got some love. Probably not worth sharing, but I haven't shown it to you in a while. It's my Rainstorm Studio bag that I had. And it has the hat that I'm knitting for my son in it. It's just going to be a beanie. But I'm waiting because I need to go to Joann's. I want to put a stripe. Okay, the cats are having fun. It's that time of the day where they start chasing each other around like lunatics. So, this is the Vicky Howell yarn. And surprisingly, I don't have a tag in the bag. Very not me. But this is the Vicky Howell yarn. It's a single ply yarn. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it might be the only yarn she has. I'm not thinking she has a lot of different kinds. But I want a red to go with this so I can put a stripe. That's why I stopped on it. It's been kind of languishing there, not because I didn't actually enjoy knitting this a lot. I love knitting hats. And I had to stop on it because I want to put a stripe of color, like maybe red. Yeah, I saw him go. And then finish up the hat. So it's kind of sitting and waiting for me to be able to go buy more yarn. Because that's what I need. More yarn, right? So yeah, I need to go. And I only need a little bit. I guess really I should go look for maybe a D-stash because I don't need a whole skein of it. I just need a tiny little bit because I need a stripe. If any of you guys have some Vicky Howell yarn out there in any color but the gray that you want to like totally just get rid of, send me a private message. Because yeah, I'll take it off your hands because I don't need very much at all. So when I pulled that out, the hat out to knit on it, do you ever have those projects that you forgot you were knitting? Yeah. Confessions 102. Forgot these were on the needles. So I've got a basket of project bags, okay, in our the master bedroom closet. In our closet, we have a walk-in closet, and the corner, like an entire corner of it is mine. My husband has built me shelves, and I've got my yarn there, and I've got all the nitty things living there, right? And so I've got this great little basket that I bought from, I say little, it's the dark wicker type laundry basket that they sell at Hobby Lobby with the liner, the fabric liner in it. And inside of that lives all the project bags. And most of them are empty. And then on top of that are some of the, not hibernating, but hanging out projects. The ones that I'm not necessarily giving a whole lot of love to, but I haven't forgotten about. I want to knit them. I don't want to frog them. But they're kind of just like hanging out there waiting for me to give them love, right? So when I pulled the hat out to knit on it a little bit, this was underneath it. And I totally forgot. I was like, ooh, and I got so excited. I was like, I forgot I wanted to knit these. And I needed more socks because those socks are off the needles, so I needed socks, right? Nah. So in my Rainstorm Studio bag, I found the socks that I was knitting. The yummy, yummy socks. These are the wool-free. I want you to see both of them. I love that stripe of turquoise that came out of there. It like came out of nowhere. I was like, what? That's so pretty. I'm hoping that this one will do the same thing. They're kind of all up on each other. Yeah, I've got a strip of turquoise coming up in that one. But these are the Premier Yarns. I got this from Hobby Lobby. And it's wool-free socks. And it's 93% acrylic and 7% PBT. I don't know. And I know that sounds horrible. Oh, and here's a picture of, I guess, what it's supposed to knit up kind of like, maybe. Those aren't the right colors, but the striping sequence, maybe. So it sounds horrible that it would be like acrylic and, I guess PBT is some sort of like nylon. This is the squishiest, softest yarn ever. Like, seriously, like, I cannot get over how awesome this yarn is. It's so... The only problem I have with it is it's tiny. Like, it is, like, seriously, seriously tiny. I should have detangled this beforehand. I've got, like, a massive tangle going on. Oh, well. I shall fix it later. The yarn is tiny. These are to fit me, and so I have a size 6.5, 7 foot. So normally when I knit my socks, I can knit on a size 1 needle and do 64, I think 64 cast on. And the only reason it's that because my foot's kind of wide, right? Sorry about that. But the yarn is so small, and I'm knitting them on size 0s because the yarn is so small, it's so tiny. This is 72 stitches. And you see, it's not very big. So that shows you how small the yarn is. Because there's no way to give you a frame of reference as to how tiny it is. But it's tiny. So these will take a little while. Although they're fun. They're fun to knit. So really, like yesterday, I picked these up. Okay, so when I picked these up yesterday, I was at the dark. I had just started the dark stripe here. And yesterday, while watching Supernatural, I finished up that much. The whole turquoise stripe, and then I'm getting into the brown here. And the same thing with the other one. I was at the dark stripe and went up. So, you know, and that's like 1 or 2 episodes of Supernatural. So they're going fast. They're going to get there. But, and they're nice to knit on because the yarn feels good on my hands. You know, like the yarn that I'm knitting the sweater out of, not so much. Feels, you know, it's rough. But this is nice and soft and squishy, and I like it. Yeah, I like soft and squishy. So, okay, I don't think I've shown this to you guys in a while. I got some stitching done. If you remember, I'm doing the Storytime Sampler. Yeah, Storytime Sampler by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I always want to say that wrong. It feels like it's a tongue twister. And I know it's not. But I finished, I think the last time you guys saw it, I had just a tiny portion of this frame done. And now all I have to do is finish the top of the frame on this one. So it's coming along. Slowly but surely. This isn't like, I'm not pressured. It's a year-long stitch-along type thing. And every month they send you that month's square to do. And so my goal isn't to finish it in a year. My goal is just to finish it, you know. So it's cute. It's fun to work on. It's a nice diversion, you know, when I'm not in the mood to do something else or you know, whatever. It's kind of one of those things. I leave it by my chair. I pick it up when I want to. No pressure type thing. So, sorry, that was my iPad. I do have my phone muted though. So what else? I'll check in my show notes. Yes. Oh, so yeah, this past week was spring break. Oh my gosh. When I got back from DFW, the kids I got back on Sunday, so Monday started spring break. And then my daughter wanted to go to Louisiana for spring break, so she spent the entire week in Louisiana with my parents and Russ's parents, because all of our family is still there. Our parents and grandparents are still there. Most of the extended family has kind of moved away, but it's home base. So Lainey wanted to go in, spend some time with family, so Russ brought her in, and she had a great trip. She had a lot of fun. She got spoiled because, you know, she's one of only two. For my parents, they only have 2 granddaughters. The rest, they've got a ton of grandsons, but only 2 granddaughters. And so she gets spoiled there. And then for Russ's parents, she's the only granddaughter, and so she gets spoiled there. So it's kind of win-win for her. So she got to go in and have some fun and see some family members and stuff like that. So she had a fun week. It was good. And then me and the boys got to kind of hang out by ourselves. So that was kind of nice. It was a nice spring break, and the weather finally we've had a few weird cold snaps. Like, it snowed one day. Not like sticking on the ground kind of snow, but like looking outside and seeing flurries, and you're just like, what? It's April? Actually, this was the end of March. So, yeah. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But it's over now. The weather seems to kind of leveled out. It's doing the April showers thing, so we got a lot of rain. But it's not cold anymore. Yeah, that's all I wanted. And as soon as the rain goes away, I can start sitting outside, because that's like my favorite thing to do. I love to sit on the porch and, like, seriously, like growing up, that's what we did. We sat on the porch. You know, it was the 80s, and we didn't have iPads and DSs and iPods and iPhones, and we had like, 5 channels on the TV, so there really wasn't much motivation to stay inside, so you stayed outside. That's kind of what I grew up doing, was staying outside. So needless to say, I have, you know, my preference is to be outside, if at all possible. I'm actually kind of hoping that as the weather gets better, like I actually wanted a podcast outside today, and it's all nasty rainy, so I was like, yeah, that's not happening. But that's kind of my goal, is to do a couple podcasts outside. I feel better. I need that vitamin D, you know, I don't know. One of those things. So that's kind of my goal, is to get some outside podcasting done, because yeah, it'll make me happy. And things are starting to turn green, hence all the sniffling. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's having that problem. And believe it or not, it's way better since we moved to Arkansas, and like way better. Like, my allergies are horrible in Louisiana. In fact, whenever we go in to visit during the summer, so bad. Like, if I know we're going in, like the day we're going in, I'll start taking Zyrtec like 2 weeks before and then take it the entire time we're there, and then still take it for a week after we get home, because like Louisiana just, yeah, it's craziness. So believe it or not, it got better here. So I'll get a few sniffles, and it's not too bad. It could be much worse. Yeah, much worse. So the last thing I have to show you, and I saved this for last because I'm so, so excited. So I got on the computer, which in and of itself is dangerous. I needed new sock needles, because I have my zeros, and I use those quite a bit. There's usually some yarn on those, but I use that for my smaller yarn, like what I showed you. And then I have my Addie's sock rockets, and those had the boy socks on them. And so I wanted to try some new needles because I'm using those Knitter's Pride Novas on the barn raising quilt. And I was knitting with them while watching the television, and I'm like, you know, these are really good needles. I really like these needles. I wonder if they make them in the smaller sizes for socks. So, yeah, got on the internet. They do. So I ordered the Knitter's Pride Nova Platina. I got two because, you know, I like to knit two at a time. So I got these, and these are size 1, 2.25 millimeter. And I got the 32-inch cable because that's what I use to magic loop. And, okay, this is so funny. I rarely read packaging. I'm not, you know, I'm not a package reader. But I just happened to flip these over. And this is so stinking funny, right? So this is the description of the needles. The Nova Platinas are here to dazzle, to enchant, and to mesmerize with their exquisite quality. The chrome-plated, glitzy, smooth, it actually says smooth with like 5 O's, right? Surface. Tips are slender, pointier, and sharper, and joints that let the stitches move on and in express mode. That was so funny to me. That cracked me up. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Who wrote that? They deserve a raise. It was so stinking funny. I was like, that was worth ordering them for just to read the packaging. So, yeah. Had to share that with you guys. So, I wanted you to see how sharp. Can you see how sharp the needle tip is? There we go. They're really sharp. And the cables, it's the black cable, and they're very pliable, bendable, flexible, whatever word you want to give it. They're good for magic loop. Let's put it that way. They're not like, I love Chalgu needles, the red cable Chalgu needles. I love those needles for everything except for socks. You don't want to magic loop with them. The cable is very, very stiff and very, very rigid, not flexible at all. So, but these, yeah, very bendable, very flexible. So, can you see that? I'll put it on my head. Maybe you can see how sharp it is. They're very, very sharp. And the joints are really nice. So, I am really, really excited. So, I found these, and I ordered them, and they were super cheap. Like, less than $8 per needle. Yeah, I was like, woohoo, yay me. And, okay, so I got yarn, even though I shouldn't have. Didn't need it. But, okay, I'm justifying here. I'm totally going to justify. I've never knit without opal sock yarn. I've heard great things about it. And they had it, and I can't even pretend like it was on sale, because it wasn't. But the way I justified it is, they had the opal sock yarn in the little prints colorways. They had like 6 colorways to choose from the little prints. I love, yeah, I have the book. La Petite Prince. I love this book. It is amazing. It's so cute. It's like and this is the one, that's the picture that's on my sock yarn. And now this is the French version. I had the English version, and I gave it to someone so that they could read it. But I wasn't going to give away my French version, you know. So, how cute. I'm so excited about this. Seriously, I don't even know what it's going to knit up like. I did some research on Ravelry to look at other people's projects, and it looks like it knits up beautifully. I don't care. It's the little prince. These socks will be for me. I'm just, like, stupid excited. There's the picture on the side. So I assume that that's, actually those colors are pretty accurate as to what I'm holding. So I assume that's what it'll look like. And there is like, it's 100 grams, but this is a ton of yarn. I'm trying to remember if it says, oh, this colorway, just in case you want to order it, is 7760. Farbe, I don't know. But it's 7760. And I don't see how much yardage is in here. Oh, 425 meters. So that would be like, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I'm not even going to pretend like I can do math. I mean, seriously, why am I even pretending? Yeah, because that's not going to happen. So, let's see. You know what? What is 425 meters in feet?
Checking on that. 425 meters converts to about 1,000.
Okay, that's not right. I don't need it in feet. I need it in yards. I'm such a dork. I am totally not even going to cut this because this is me in my epitome of just dorkness right here. Okay, so 425 meters in yards. Let's see if we can.
425 meters
okay.
converts to about 465 yards.
So 465. There's 465 yards. Which, okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, I was comparing it to what is in the nitpicks, which is 218 yards. Yeah, these are the things that slow me down in life, right? Either way, I'm going to get a great pair of socks out of here and have some left over for my barn raising quilt, which makes me happy. And I've got brand new needles to put them on. So, but they won't be going on the, I'm going to show some restraint and not put them on the needles right now because I've got a lot that I'm knitting on right now. Of course, if I don't get some yarn for that hat, then yeah, I'm going to put them on the needles. I don't like having too many pairs of socks on the needles at one time because that will bog you down. If, you know, you're looking around, you've got like 3 or 4 pairs of socks going, it's like, which one do I knit on? And then you kind of feel like you're in a never-ending sock loop, like you never get any off the needles, and it kind of makes you a little crazy. Yeah. So I don't want to do that to myself. So I think that's all I have for you guys, which is probably enough because you've seen me at my craziest today. I'm thinking I should have had way more coffee before I recorded for you guys because, yeah. It's been one of those days, right? Yeah. So, either way, oh, it's Easter weekend. Or it's going to be Easter weekend. Today's Thursday, so this weekend starts, so tomorrow's Good Friday. Is that right? Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh. So yeah, all the Easter things. Oh, that means our yard's going to be wet. Aw. Maybe it'll dry up by Sunday. Because I have very few years left of kids hunting Easter eggs. My 2 oldest are already kind of past that point, but I still have Reese, and I don't know how much longer he'll want to hunt Easter eggs, so yeah, want to do it while I can, right? It's one of those things. It's so hard. It's like, it's nice to watch them grow up, and you want them to grow up, and, you know, but then at the same time, you don't realize a lot of times that, like, oh, this is my last Easter egg hunt. You know? This might be my last Easter egg hunt. I don't know. I will do it upright. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, a great weekend, a happy Easter, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys. Don't forget, always be awesome.